Okay, so I am going to start coding some of the OCR challenge booklet tasks up, and I am going to start with the Factorial Finder. Now, you've probably come across Factorial in maths, but if not, say for example, you wanted to find factorial of 4, then what that means is you're doing 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Which I think is 24. Mental maths is not my strong point, but that's not what this video is about. So we're going to have a go at coding a factorial finder, okay? And we're going to allow the user to pick what number they want to find the factorial of. So that needs to be the first thing we ask. Now, because we need a number off them, we're going to ask them for an integer. You could make it a float. I think that would be excessive. Enter the number to find the factorial for. Okay, then we need to set our factorial to 1, okay, because that's the lowest number we're going to be multiplying by. And if they enter that they want to find the factorial of 0, the factorial of 0 is 1, okay, so it defaults that setting as well. So the next thing we then need to do is to get this calculation working. So we need to take the number that they've input. In my example, it was 4. And we need to multiply it by each number down to 1. So we need to decrement the number each time. So we're going to use a for loop for this because we know how many times we want to loop. So for I in range, remember I could be anything. That's just a variable name. And we're going to go from 1 to number plus 1. And the reason for that is, remember, a loop in Python goes up to, but not including that last number. So we need to plus 1 on that. Then each time we're going to be calculating our factorial, which is going to be our factorial multiplied by I. I will print out some of the variables so we can see what's happening at each stage. Okay, so that's our calculation. Once we've done that, all we need to do is print. You could literally just print factorial. Okay, so there's a very, very basic version of our program. Let's run that and see if it works before we pretty it up a bit. So let's do it for 4 and see if I was right with 24. Yeah, okay, let's try it with 5. Oh, let's try it with 5. Yeah, so we know it's working. But actually, if you don't know anything about factorial, that's not particularly useful. Let's get rid of that before it causes a syntax error. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've done print. I will make lots of errors. That's how we learn to code. Factorial of your number is spaced. Okay, so this will just make the output look a little bit more pretty, but again, still in brackets, and it's showing that comma. That's not ideal. So what we can do is we can cast the factorial variable. So at the moment, this is a string and this is an integer. Okay, if we want to concatenate it, if we want it to look like a standard sentence, we need it all to be a string. So I'm going to cast the integer factorial to a string, and I'm going to change that to a plus just so you can see the output difference. What haven't I done? I've forgotten to close the bracket. Okay, so you can see the output's a lot prettier. Now, if you're not sure what this for loop is doing and how it's taking the factorial of 4 and outputting 24, you can print I, so you can see what that number is each time. You can print the factorial, so you can see what that number is. And you can also print, what's factorial times I going to do? Let's try that. So let's print those things off and try and work out what's happening with our code a little bit better. So if we're finding the factorial for 4, and again, that doesn't look particularly clear, does it? So let's do one at a time. So let's comment that out. Let's just print I. Okay, so for factorial 4, you can see I goes 1, 2, 3, 4 because we need to multiply 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So if we run it for another number like 7, you can see I goes from 1 to 7, so that we can use it in this line here, and we're multiplying each time, giving us our calculated factorial. Okay, so that's what that is doing. Then let's print our factorial and see what that is. So the first time, factorial is going to start at 1, and then you're going to multiply it by I, which is 1 the first time. So 1 times 1 is going to give you 1. The second time, we're taking our factorial of 1, but we're multiplying it by 2, because remember, I increments 1 each loop. Okay, so then 2 times 3 gives you the 6, 6 times the 4 gives you the 24. So that is how your factorial is being calculated. Okay, and then lastly, you don't see this number being output because I'm printing it before that calculation's happening. And then just so you can see what calculation's happening each time, you can see that number being calculated. Okay, so whenever you're not sure what a piece of code does, I always add print statements showing the variables at different parts so I can break it down. Okay, now actually I don't think we needed any of those, did we, for our program? So let's run this one more time. Let's find the factorial of 8. Okay, so the only thing I want to add is I want mine to say the factorial for the number that they chose is 40,000, whatever it is. So instead of saying the factorial of your number, I want to say the factorial of the number they've entered. I will change this because hopefully you're looking at it and thinking, that's not going to be very pretty. So let's look at how this would output. I'm hoping you're all saying, this is how you fix it. Okay, so all we need to do is cast that variable from an integer to a string and replace any commas with plus signs, so we're concatenating the string now. Let's check that's worked. Yeah, perfect. There is your Python code for your first Factorial Finder program. Now, like I say, this is one of the first tasks that we introduce for recursive code. So I will do a video showing how you can code this recursively. But hopefully a nice introduction to Factorial Finder.